is such a beautiful day today, you guys. You have to come with me and see what kind of fall foliage we have in Susanville, California. I have driven around a little bit and seen some trees, and then there's the one in my front yard. But what does the rest of the town look like? So we're going to explore. First, I gotta get out of this driveway safely. Reverse back. Yes, okay. Here we go. I can see some fall foliage already just backing out the driveway. I'll show you my tree as well in just a second here. Look at that thing. Oh my gosh, I'm so lucky I have this in my front yard. Yay, I love it, I love it. Okay, now I'm gonna skip away from my neighborhood so nobody knows where I live. Of course, it's a very small town, so somebody could probably easily find me if they had a hankering. Alrighty, now we're just gonna choose random neighborhoods. You can see all the yellow tips on some of these trees. There's some green vines, yellow, red, back. You know the color. Okay, let's see. Here we are approaching Main Street. And this town just has one main street where most, I think 95% of the businesses are. Just runs the whole length of the town from the bottom of the hill straight up to that mountain that you see. Look at a Burger King and look at that. Oh, beautiful tree. Gorgeous. And here we're headed up the hill towards the older part of town. Alright, we see some gold trees there. Papa Murphy's. We've got quite a few of the businesses that are recognizable to most Americans. See, this is, I think the oldest part of town was up on this hill. And that's where, see, some of these older historic looking buildings, brick and stone. The old theater. There's a mall. And then, let's see, Beck's shoes. I just got some shoes from there. In this gorgeous kit. So we're not going up that hill yet. We're gonna kind of veer off to the right here. Look at that house. Wow. So I'm going where I see some foliage happening here. Isn't that beautiful? Golden colors. So pretty. I absolutely love this town. And, you know, I really wasn't sure if we were going to have this kind of color, but here it is, you guys. Doggies. Oh. And it's just kind of, these deciduous trees are mingled in with some pine trees, especially as you get further up in elevation. Oh, this just takes my breath away, you guys. I'm so happy to find a beautiful fall here in this town. Look at these colors. And then pine trees too. So happy. Because, you know, pine trees, the evergreens, are my favorite tree in the whole wide world. So. Okay, so I have no idea where I'm at. Just kind of meandering around and seeing what we see. Oh my gosh, look at this, you guys. Halloween has come and gone, but some people just take a while to get their decorations down. So cool. Oh, look at this yard. I love this person's yard. Those old fences are so cool. Very moody. Western. Ranch style fences. Isn't it funny how my car kind of matches? Maybe that's why I love the color of my car. It's very golden, and I just love golden yellow. Look at that tree. That's the same kind of tree that's in my front yard, I think. I probably could have waited a little bit later to do this fall drive. Oh, look at that, look at that. But I am not real familiar with what it does here. And when I was in Tennessee, fall lasted for over a month, well over a month. And it would get more brilliant the later in the season. And here I just don't know because it's so very dry. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, now we're getting more into the forested area the further up we go. Now my husband and I chose not to live in these areas because there is a bit higher fire risk. And I would not have worried so much about that, except for that you must have insurance on your home. And it's very hard to get insurance on a house that's in a high fire risk area. Look at you guys. Oh, look at that sky. Wow, just brilliant. There's still some flowers growing in this late in the year. It's unbelievable. Look at that vista. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, I'm getting just a little bit away from town, so let's head back left here towards town. Now see, I'm not gonna focus that much on the commercial areas, but the residential. So that might have to be another video where I just show you all the stores that we've got. So this is what it looks like on the road coming into the town from the north end. When we first came to town in our RV, we came from the southwest side, southeast side. See, there's the town, Susanville, city limit. Okay, now we're back in town. Yeah, so we came in from Reno, and that was the desert side of the city, or the state, I should say. Alright, okay, I'm gonna turn right here and just see what else. It's kind of just opposite of where I first turned off. So this is the other side of Main Street. there are some businesses smattered here and there off the beaten path. Not too many, though. Wow. I'm so just peaceful and happy while I'm driving around, and oh, look at that tree, you guys. Look at, oh wow, it's like it's on fire. If only fire was really like that. Wow. Oh man, take my breath away. That's the plant, that's the kind of tree I want to plant in my yard. This is that building. Oh well, we didn't get to see it too well, but that's the old courthouse. It is not being used anymore, but it is being renovated. I do want to plant a tree like that in my yard, though, seriously. I mean, there's so many things I want to do with my yard. It's not as big as my old one, but I would get so much more involved with this one. Look at that old house, guys. Look at that. Looks like a spooky Halloween house, but nobody lives there. But see, I didn't used to be able to go outside in Tennessee during the summer, or the days when there was mosquitoes. They would attack me mercilessly, and the humidity was just unbearable. So I never went out in the summertime. Now I can, you guys. I love it. So, oh look. Oh my Lord, have mercy. Is that not just gorgeous? Wow. Now see, the deer come into our yard all the time. And here's the thing, you know, I've been admonished not to feed the deer, and I think that's good advice in general and as a rule for people who live in places where it's a very uncommon occurrence for the deer to come down. But the deer live in this city. They live here. They don't go back to the mountains at night. They have places that they live in the city. So, it's like our stray cats. You feed them, you know, and you keep them alive. But I don't always, and I can't always. I just every once in a while. And the bottom line is that these guys are getting so much food to eat around here that they don't even need to be fed. Look at this. This is so gorgeous. These bridges and creeks, and it's a Biz Johnson Trail. I would love to go up there sometime, just walking or something. There's a creek. Oh my. I think it's a river, actually. Runs right through town. When I go to Safeway, I just kind of drive over to that side of the parking lot, and there's a creek running through it. I'm just like going, oh, I'm in heaven. I'm in absolute heaven. Is this not gorgeous? Absolutely stunning. So anyway, the other day I fed the deer, and they were just not even interested. They're just going, we'd rather go find something else. It's like I don't know, there's so much for them to eat here of their own. So, and I did have one come right up and eat out of my hand in my yard. I was just in absolute shock. That's the kind of life that I have here. Just magical. It's magical. down around this corner. See what, that's the thing, is I'm just getting such a kick out of, well, let's turn here. Oh, let's turn there. What's around this corner? What's around that corner? Seems like it's endless. Look at this street. Wow. It's like a fairyland. Oh, kitty. There's a kitty in the road. Watch out, little one. Watch out. A deer. Another deer, you guys. And this is in the middle of the afternoon, okay? You know how deer usually forage. They usually forage in twilight time and dawn, in the dawn. And but these guys, they live here. They're not afraid of people. They just come and go whenever. So here, I think it's like straight up noon or close to it. Horses, lots of horses in this area, I should say, Lassen County, but not so much in town here. You know, we're in the west. It's a western town, so. Susanville is known for being a timber company. It used to be all about the cutting down the trees up in the mountains. It was done very well. Ooh, look at this, guys. This is, hey, there's that same mountain tree. I must have come back all the way around. Beautiful. Anyway, we don't cut down trees much anymore. Just little bits here and there. It's not the main industry anymore. What our town does is it sells. It does not sell. What am I saying? Most people work at the prisons. Yes. The only downside in some people's minds is that we have prisons on the outskirts of town. So it's a very good source of income for many, many people that work there. And so far, I don't notice that there is any more or less incidents of crime around here because of it. But look at that beautiful view. We knew about the prisons before we moved here, so we're not worried. We did our homework. Here's a guy pushing a wheelbarrow full of different stuff. He's got a dog behind him. I think it might be safe to assume that he is homeless, possibly, but I don't know. I am going to move out of the way of the cars coming behind me because I'm on a main street here. Scoot over. Okay. You can see a lot of leaves have fallen. We actually have gotten a little bit of unseasonable amounts of rain this year, ever since we got here. We like to joke about maybe we brought it with us from Tennessee. But the rain is much needed, especially because of the fire risks around here. As the crow flies, we're not too far away from where the fire did come definitely spared. And it probably won't burn. They're very well prepared, but we're situated logistically. There's a ballpark here of some sort, I think, or a park. I like how they leave the rolling hills within the park. They don't flatten it out. I love that. This is like a valley inside of a horseshoe. The horseshoe being the mountains in that. The mountains surround this town like a horseshoe. And it's just, there's hills on every side. We're surrounded by mountains. And on one side is the desert. It opens up into the desert, and all around is just straight up into the mountains. I don't know what this is. Big gravel parking place outside of... Sorry, I can't tell you. I don't know what that is. But there's a place to turn around here. Let's do that. Ooh, this is bumpy. Got some wood and pretty fence, neat, rustic. Isn't it so beautiful here, you guys? Into the park, you can see into the park and some of the residential. Be kind of fun to live near the park. Okay, so it's kind of just an open area here, and I guess all that land must belong to the business. That's at the end of the road we just saw. I wish I could tell you more, but I haven't had enough time to research everything. So, let's turn back and see what's back up the road. And then I think I want to take a right up here somewhere just to see what more of these residential areas are like. Every time I see a red truck, I just think, oh, how beautiful. It fits right in with the scenery. Like my car does. Only the red is more of an accent, you know. There's another red truck. Not the same one. I know that there's a lot of red vehicles here all at once. 1, 2, 3, 4 red vehicles. Just fits right in with these gorgeous trees. What a colorful fairyland. Okay, so back to Burger King again. Should we take a right? There's the grocery outlet. That's my main store that I go to. Right there. And then just beside it is the library. And I have to go there, you guys, and do a video. I do. Hotel, motel. Sinclair gas station. I'm gonna turn back off Main Street here soon and see if we can find some more trees to look at. We have a butcher in town. State Farm and insurance. I'm not showing you the more homogenized area today, I don't think, because, well, we'll get near it. Let's see what's over here. Gotta find more residential. Ooh, look at that. It's amazing how many big and mature trees are here. We have a lot of cottonwood trees, which are very similar to aspen, but cottonwood grows lower in elevation, whereas aspen really, I mean, there's such huge organisms that need to be near water, but cottonwoods like water too, but aspen are usually higher elevation. Anyways, I think I might have year-round allergies that are affected by living in the very kind of area that I love. But I also had them in Tennessee too, so. But they are kind of worse out here. That's the only downside so far to my having moved here. Fortunately, I do not get them severely like some people. I can breathe just fine. Okay, here is our courthouse now. So we're back down on the flats near the first part of town. We're on Riverside Drive, I believe it's called. And it's just like the last street before it just goes into wilderness again on one side of town. We are on the eastern side of the horseshoe, I believe. No, the western side of the horseshoe. Okay, and so if you cross the street here on Riverside Drive, that is where all of the big businesses start next to Main Street. Look at this truck, you guys. That is so cool. I love it. Love it. I wish I could buy my husband a truck like that. So I have been to the DMV and gotten my driver's license. And I absolutely hate my picture. Oh my gosh. Why don't we get to say something about take a few and let's pick the best one or something? It's just like, he didn't care. Anyway, he just says, poof, got it. And I'm like, I'll bet you did. Anyway, he got it all right. He got me at my semi-worst. So anyway, we were there getting our licenses, and my husband didn't get to get his. Kept just pulling over to get out of the way. In everybody's way. You see, I am trying to drive more slowly and carefully while I hold my camera in my hand. And yes, it is probably illegal to do that, but yes, I want you guys to get the view that I see with my eyes. But sometimes I will point the camera at something that I'm not looking at because I cannot take my eyes from the road sometimes without being dangerous. So I think we'll cross the street and see what's on the eastern side of the horseshoe, just past the right side of Main Street. Alright, so anyway, my husband him have it because there is a discrepancy about his birthday. Their records didn't match, and it's because, okay, here we go, I'm getting out of the way again. Okay. Turn around because I don't like that direction. Let's get further up and down and show you some other areas. Is this Johnstonville? Yes, this is Johnstonville. So, anyway, his birthday is different on the birth certificate than it is on his Social Security. And so, apparently at birth, his mom argued with the hospital as to exactly when Jerry was born. Susanville RV Park. Now see, we were going to go to that one, but it was way too expensive. Ooh, look at this building. Isn't that gorgeous? Wow. Anyway, so he had to reestablish some records because his mom swears he was born. There's Walmart, you guys. Okay, there's Walmart over there. And here's Walgreens. You see, we're in the more homogenized area, but I don't want to stay in town. I mean, I'm in town, but I want to get more neighborhood, rural. And over here, you guys, is the Lassen County Fair. It is just beside and behind Walgreens. And a few other businesses as well. Oh, look at that yellow. That is gorgeous. I'll tell you the rest of the story about the DMV in a minute. I gotta just focus here. Look at... Now see this big old parking lot here for whenever, you know, whoever comes to the county fair. And it's so rural and wild and beautiful back here. Look at these old gnarly trees. And they've got some antique yard equipment here on display. I'm gonna pull in here again. I want to roll the window down and hear the gravel. I love the sound of tires on gravel. Isn't that just so cool, that sound? And it's so beautiful. Look how beautiful it is here today, you guys. It's so gorgeous. I'm gonna go a little slow through the fairgrounds. It's a huge fairground. It just goes all the way back. There's all these different buildings. I haven't been to the fair here before, but I did go to the Plumas County Fair in Quincy one year, and if this is anything like theirs, and then it looks big enough to be, they're just fantastic events. A county fair usually invites rides, you know, they have the little carnival rides, and then there's usually this, like this, a really big main building. Look at that, it's gorgeous. Lassen. And then what do we do? They also usually judge livestock in, you know, like with 4-H and that kind of thing too. Judge who has the best livestock. There's usually chickens, cows, pigs, and your typical farm animals, and flowers, and quilts, and just any kind of rural country life type of things. This is the nursery barn. This is where all the animals would stay that are going to be judged, and look how many there are. Man. Let's see what's over here. This is... Can't tell what this is, you guys. What is that tower for? Maybe just somebody looking out and making sure nothing bad happens. I don't know. Looks pretty elaborate. Can't be just for that. Okay, going down this road and leaving the fairgrounds, I think. Is this taking me out? I believe so. There was probably a little bit more back I could show you, but it's getting away from my fall foliage, you see. We are back behind some businesses here, headed toward Main Street, I believe. Smith Real Estate is the company that sold us our home. My husband teases me. He says, "You're always saying me and mine and I." He says, "You say that even about things that we both own." And he says, "Why do you do that?" I go, "I have no idea." It's Dollar General. Like, I might say, oh, I can't even think of a good example, but I said, "Don't take offense. I don't mean it personally, like I'm trying to leave you out," or Courthouse Cafe. But seriously, I'm not trying to leave you out. It's just some kind of weird idiosyncrasy of mine. Like I might say, "My house in Tennessee." And he's just like, "Oh, you forgot I lived with you?" It's like, no, it's a bad habit, I guess. It's we, it's our, it's us. And it's so hard sometimes to remember. Not that it is we, us, and our, but to say it. I know I'm strange. Look here, you guys. Look at this neighborhood. Wow. Is that just not the most incredible view? And that's kind of what I see out my backyard, because those mountains are the ones that we view from our yard. So what do we have back here? Now, one thing I have noticed is in this town there are a lot of RVs, trailers, motorhomes. I imagine a lot of people in this town go traveling. Look at those trees, you guys. Oh my goodness. See, this looks like a bit of a newer residential area. These trees don't look quite as mature as the other neighborhood that I was driving around in. But they're still pretty big. It's pretty well developed. Look at that. I have to come down this street and see what we have. Now, see, I haven't been down here before. A lot of these neighborhoods I'm showing you I haven't seen before. Look at that. Wow. So mesmerizing. That's a gated area. I wonder what's back behind that. Business of some sort. I just didn't get to see what it was. Okay, there you can see is the end of this neighborhood, because goes off into the farmland and the fields, all dried up and golden. Let's turn back in so we can see some trees. See, I think if I waited much longer in the season, a lot of these trees, leaves might have already fallen or turned brown. You know, there's some trees that turn color different time of the season than others do. Sometimes dependent on the elevation, but sometimes just the kind of tree it is. Look at those gorgeous, rich looking trees. See, there's another trailer. That looks like a fifth wheel. A fifth wheel, in case some of you don't know, they usually just get pulled by a truck. It sits in the bed of the truck and carries it. That's actually a really hard concept to explain, but I don't know the terminology. Okay, I had to turn around there because I was getting into some private property. Now, man, I'm telling you what, just to see those mountains off in the distance with the big sky. See, that's one thing I was saying about California versus Tennessee. And I love Tennessee. It's beautiful, beautiful, but it was not my home. Not my familiar heartthrob home. What I missed so much were these open skies. So here we are in areas that have all these beautiful trees, just like Tennessee, but you can look up into the sky and see mountains. There's a vista, there's a view. It's not just I can't see any further than this down the road because there are trees in the way. Hard to explain. But it was good though when we were on the open highway, when we would go down. Now I've been away just long enough, I'm forgetting the name of the highway that went down from Portland to Gallatin, Tennessee. Those open roads actually made it possible for you to see beyond just the trees in front of you. I wonder if that's how that's saying, what that saying means. Can't see the forest through the trees. I don't know. But this is a kind of a hilly place. See, okay, now we're headed down. Well, down, up, down. It's very hilly here. And this is heading into a neighborhood that is on the curve of the horseshoe shape around the town on the eastern side. I believe we're going to be nearing the casino here pretty soon. We have a casino that's just right on the outskirts of town. Maybe I'm wrong. Okay, this is, where am I? I'm gonna go left here because I want to get back closer to town, I think. Maybe I'm not where I thought I was. But it doesn't matter because, look, seriously. Look at this hill, you guys. What is this? Security storage. Oh, yes, yes, yes. I know that street. The red truck. Empty field. See, what's amazing is that right here in town there is still land for sale and available. And the price of real estate is affordable in this town. It's probably average. Alright, you guys, let's go into the beautiful, slightly spooky cemetery. Because I spotted some very cool trees back here. Looks like these grounds are very well maintained. Look at that tree. Leaves on the ground. Very moody, very beautiful. Imagine coming here just as it's getting dark. Isn't that gorgeous? So it's not uniformly designed. The pattern of the trees and the foliage, it's wild, and people have used this burying ground courteously and allowed the growth to be natural and cut down trees just to make room for more bodies. I don't think that I am going to be buried when I die. When I pass away, I've told my husband to please have my body cremated and to spread my ashes with my family members in the place that they remember me most fondly. Look at this alleyway here. It's not an alley, but passageway. Is that not moody and beautiful? The dappled sunshine on my windshield and my hood. So beautiful. I'm in heaven, you guys. And that's not a joke, because I'm in a cemetery. I haven't gotten that close to heaven yet. Just look at how well maintained it is, and yet left to its wild appearance. Beautiful trees. Wonder what that big crate's for. They even have a porta potty here. I guess they expect people to stay and visit for a while and might have need of a bathroom. There's another old section of the cemetery. I'm not going to drive through there. Okay, here's the exit. Let's get going. See what else we can find. Okay. I'm not going to unlock my phone. I do not like connecting my phone. Ooh, look at those trees. Look at there's 3 in a row. One's green, one's red, and one's rust. Wow. Partly yellow in there too. Awesome. Just awesome. I don't like connecting my phone to the computer because, well, maybe partly just because I haven't learned it yet. That's a pretty parking lot. They got a nice looking area. But I don't like it. It takes over my phone. It's like I'm trying to call somebody. And once I learn it, I'm sure it will actually be easier. But I don't like talking to people over an intercom in my car. I mostly just try not to use my phone at all when I'm driving. Today being an exception, of course. Look at this hillside, you guys. Maybe this is the way that it goes to the casino. I want to show that to you before we get out of here. Now you can see the hillside looks pretty yellow. I'm trying to figure out how to get up there. Turn right. It's looking like the left side here is maybe the way into those mountains. So let's go right and see where that takes us. Have I already been to this spot? Maybe I was here on another day. Something looks familiar. I hated to miss that red tree, but there was a car going by and I didn't want to point the camera in their face. Some people probably get really uncomfortable about the idea of being on video, and I don't blame them. I mean, what if you started filming somebody while they're picking their nose or something? Can you imagine? Somebody posts that on TikTok just to be funny or ornery. Oh, look at that tree. Now see, didn't we already pass that one? No? No, that's a different one. Look at this, you guys. There's a birch tree. I don't know what this kind of tree is. I don't know what it is. No, that's not the kind I'm thinking of. Maybe it's this one on the right. There's a kind of tree around here that turns yellow and all the leaves are kind of small, but they're not maple. Okay, here we are in another neighborhood, and I'm not sure where in the heck I am at all, but you can't really get lost. All roads will either take you into the mountains or back into residential and eventually back to Main Street, so you can't get lost. Pretty car. That was a pretty color. Okay, I think we're headed to the casino, I hope. Look at that. Oh my word. These buildings with a green roof. Okay, I don't see much foliage in those hills, but I do want. I went into the casino just one time. And wow, oh my. I was not, oh gosh, even bicycle riders and these house colors. Everything's like fitting right in with the theme colors of fall. It's amazing. Oh wow, look at those trees. Oh my, my, my. So anyway, I went into the casino with my husband and oh, kitty, kitty, kitty. It's another one. There's so many cats in this town. My cats are just like getting in so many scrapes with see, our house was sitting empty for a while, so the cats, the neighborhood cats, and even the strays are just used to coming into our yard without any issue. And now there are cats there going, "Hey, you get out of my yard," and they don't know why. So Extra and Etta are just kind of every other night. It's like, oh god, please quit fighting with the neighbor cats. Another camper, you guys. Motorhome, just similar to ours except newer. Okay, I keep getting interrupted by my own thoughts and the beauty around me, but what I meant to tell you is that I went into the casino and I did not care for the experience. It's been so many years since I ever gambled, and I, as a rule, don't gamble, but there have been occasions here and there where I've gone through Reno or whatever, and you drop $30 in quarters here or there or whatever, and I usually win. But the thing is, most of my memories are of the older machines that were far more interactive. My heart is so alive with the view around here. I just can't hardly stand it. Oh, here we go, you guys. I knew we'd make it to the casino. Anyway, everything here is so computerized and digital now. There's no interaction. You don't get to pull an arm. You don't get to hear the clinking of quarters, and your choices are so limited. You have to have an ID card to play. You can't even use the machines without like a credit card system. It's just weird. But isn't that a gorgeous building? Just fits right in with the fall colors. It's just stunning. We'll probably try their restaurant, but I don't care to gamble there. It doesn't tempt me. Look at those hills. Oh my word. I'm so infatuated with Susanville. Look at that view. I want to try to get my whole family to move here. Think I can accomplish that? I wonder. Look at those skies. Okay, you know, it would have been more moody with cloudy skies and misty, rainy weather, but this is stunning. Look at those clouds. I think I should start heading home here soon. No idea how long I've been out because I didn't really check the clock. I know that the sun is kind of high up in the sky, somewhere around noon. I look at the clock and I don't really even see it. I'm so involved here, but it feels like I've been out for a while. It has to be another neighborhood that I've missed. Here's the place for Forest Service, I think. I'm gonna go in there sometime. those fences pretty? They're so golden. And these ones over here are kind of brown. It's just the different stages of aging and weathering that the wood goes through. Wow, whoa. That tree is rust. That is pure rust color. Amazing. Uh-oh. This is a dead end. I'm gonna have to turn around. Look at that red car. Oh, so pretty. Let's see if I can do this. I'm gonna use their driveway. I hope they don't mind. It's like, honey, there's a golden car in our driveway. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Beautiful, just gorgeous. The hills of home. Now see, I've never lived in Susanville, but I've been all over Northern California and this whole area, and I've been to Susanville several times before I moved here in years past. And I just remember that I loved Northern California, absolutely loved it, and lived in Paradise, California for 9 years. And it's a similar looking area, but that town did burn down. And so I couldn't choose a town just like it. This is preferable, safer, and still stunningly beautiful. I suppose after a while of living anywhere, you start to take it for granted. And maybe you don't see the beauty quite as much. I don't know. How long will the magic last for me? But it doesn't matter because I will have every day of the year that I can go outside and live and enjoy the weather and the freedom, and only a drive away from my entire family. Now, I don't get to see them every day because they don't live in this town, but I'm going to try to get them out here. I swear, I'm going to try. I'm already working on my daughter. She's thinking about it, but she wants to go to do a little more college before she does that. Look at this street, you guys. Look at this street. Oh my. Oh my. It looks like a kind of a birch or a willow. Look at this. That old home. Okay, I skipped the neighborhood that I was in to get back to my house. Trying to be private like a good girl. But you get to see my driveway. Can't show you everything yet because we have so much work to do still, but I can tell you that I'm looking forward to showing you everything when we can, and thank you so much for joining me for this drive, and I will see you in the next video. Okay, stick around. Happy fall, y'all. Bye-bye.